Good morning. Good Sunday morning. Check. 1, 2, 7. Check. Is this thing on? How we doing, guys? What is happening? What's happening? Hot stuff. Shit. 74, I think, on the sleep score. Maybe it's 72. Cup of coffee, number 72. Doing well this morning. Good to see you guys. Jump on in. Let's have some fun. Sunday morning. Yeah. How's Saturday go for you guys? Yeah, what's happening? What happening? What is going on? Live on the interwebs. It's my head getting cut off. First time ever. What's happening, guys? Pop in the chat. How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10 this morning? Yeah. Jeez, we got into a SWAT hole last night stayed up too late watching SWAT episodes. Every once in a while, you got to do that, right? Just like, whatever. That's good time. Zach Clark, good morning. Bubba Hogan is here. Buckle up. Buckle up. Matt Moore, good to see you. Yeah, Pops is here this morning from Island Falls, Maine. Good to see you. Dave Howard, good morning. Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah, 8.5, heading to the gym. Well, good. Whew, we went over to Pineland yesterday, walked 4 miles or so in the trails, which was good. Beautiful day. But they got you in a middle of a disc golf course, so you never know, one of those babies could come whizzing by you. It wasn't too bad. So it doesn't look like, I don't know, I think I'd throw my shoulder out doing that and get disc golf, try to throw it the whole way every single time. I don't know. I guess you got different weighted discs and all that stuff, something I've never done. So we watched a couple guys play. It was pretty cool, but to have the time to do everything that you want to do, right? All the time. So, yeah. Well, hey, guys, September 28th, my brother's 51st birthday yesterday. So, Dad, that ought to make you feel old. Older. Shit. Yeah. So it looks like he got into Baxter State Park and kicked around a little bit, which is great. So, love to see it. Get outside and get active, guys. We don't get these days back, right? Yeah, today I want to talk about the power of values in action. We're talking legacy and that kind of stuff right now, kind of inspired by some of the things that have been just kind of popping up and crappy stuff around, and kind of a focus on just, doing you a little bit better, right? Doing me, whatever. Your values don't matter unless your actions prove them, excuse me. Pretty much, like, are you walking the walk, right? Anyone can say they have integrity, family, hard work, but if your calendar and your bank account and all that stuff, your relationships, they don't match, they don't line up, then it's just words on a wall, like, hey, I came out 5 days before the end of the year and said, I'm going to go live every day for the next year. Here we are, 276 days in. So consistency, right? Commitment. It's not every day. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and unicorns over here, right? Like, some days I wake up and go, man, it would be nice to kind of just lay in this morning, right? I'm not doing that. This is what we're doing. So, yeah, just kind of hitting it. Like, and like when I spoke yesterday, I'm like, hey, I start every talk with, I'm Bailey's dad. That just kind of ties me back to my values, right? It isn't, Dave says. Dave, some days are just an 8.5. Yeah. I don't know. Values can build long-lasting legacy, right? If you really lean into them. So, we're talking legacy this next 10 days. What do you have for values that are seeds of your legacy? Like, I don't know, what are the things that are important to you? Maybe it's kind of what you say, what you say and what you say matters most. Okay. What are the things that matters most to you? Values got to be visible in your actions, right? Look at your calendar. Where do you spend your time? Look at your money. What do you spend money on? Where do you invest? Or how about your relationships? How do you treat people? Even the ones that maybe don't treat people the same way you treat people. Okay. And then hypocrisy, guys. Hypocrisy kills legacy. If you say one thing and do another, people will remember the inconsistency, not the intention. Yeah, sometimes it's what you don't say, right? Yeah. And live in those values, live in your values, whatever they are, create alignment. When your life reflects your values, people know who you are, right? That's when trust and legacy start to compound. Okay, so I'll ask you guys, what's one value you say is important? And how do you prove it with your actions? Go ahead. Pop it in the chat if you want. Here's another question. If somebody followed you around for 7 days, what would they say your real values are? Be interesting, right? I'll ask you this. What value do you want to strengthen in action this week? We got a great week coming up. I got my new Mach 5 haircut going. Seen this? See what's going on over here, guys? All right. Speaking of haircuts. Good morning.
Good afternoon here.
Right. Just touched down in London.
I did. I'm jolly old England. Question: When you went in to get the haircut, did you officially call it the Mach 5 haircut? That's what I want to know.
Sometimes I go in, I say, give me one of them MacGyver jobs, But this time I said, I'm going to be the only speaker with hair, so this has got to look good.
I don't know. I got to say, Lee Labrada has a pretty good head of hair.
But I mean, Cisneros, you, Pete Newbig, Bubba.
No.
Am I done?
I got to say, though, Eli Wild, he was actually... He did Superman on TV, or he got chosen to be Superman or something. But he kind of looks like Superman. Have you seen him? His look,
chiseled. Chiseled look.
He does, man. He's got that
Keep
model
him away
look,
from me.
man.
Keep him away from me.
I was like, man, you're a good looking dude. I gotta say, man. And I just, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, right?
Right. Who was I saying
not
that?
In a weird way.
I'm not trying to. Remember the kid that was helping us out with ads, man? And we were on the Zoom call, and he's, I'm like, dude, this dude has got some moss,
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to be an advertiser. You need to go like model somewhere, or
like a hair model,
right?
And look, man, you got to give respect where respect's due, right? I mean,
I know, yeah. Hey, how was the flight?
It was good. It was actually. It was a different segment. So I went from Washington, D.C. to London. So it was only 6 hours. So it was very quick.
Oh, cool. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, a lot quicker than I'm used to. So
break it up. It ties you up a little longer, right? You got to jump over to Washington, D.C. on the day before, right?
Yeah. We had they repositioned us over. So we were repositioned there. It's not a normal deal, but tomorrow I fly home direct to London, direct to Houston tomorrow.
You're the guy that's sitting there in the seat when I walk by. I'm like, all right, well, things go to shit. I know this guy can drive this thing.
I don't think that's what they say about me.
This guy looks like he could probably figure out those controls up there.
Anyone a pilot? Anyone? That's what I put my pilot license in my sock. Nope.
No, I'm not a pilot, but I'm pretty sure I could get this thing on the ground.
I just dress like one. I just dress like one.
Right.
So today we are going to a Sundays here. They do like a roast. That's like kind of their deal is some kind of deal. And then a lot of the local bars, they have like the singing, like the piano. The old guy will go up to the piano and they'll start singing the whole bar.
Nice.
So there's a couple bars like that around here. I'm like right next to Parliament and Big Ben. So if anybody's coming to Mach 5 and they want something from London, put it on the list and maybe you can get something. But
it looks like are you modeling the 2025 Mach 5 official
I am
conference
actually.
t-shirt.
Yeah, I've got the shirt. Yeah, I got the
Nice.
shirt and
Look at
everything.
that,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, that's actually a real event where we've been talking about these last several days, several weeks, months, whatever.
It is, man. I'll tell you what, brother. It is coming together. I've been having a lot of people. I've been signing up last minute, which is so weird to me, man. But yeah, it's
Same.
an interesting thing.
Yeah, they just kind of wait, I guess. But um, well, hey, we've been talking just before you hopped on. I was kind of going through my daily thing, and today is about values. So last I don't know bunch of days, just kind of talking about like how you get a little better at your corner of the world rather than worrying about everybody else's. And kind of like worry about that 3 feet in front of you, right? So I was asking these guys, kind of, and I've heard you say this sometimes, and I think you say it like this: is like, you tell me you want one thing, but you're doing another. Why don't you just tell me it's not a priority? Similarly with values, you know, walk the walk, right? What you say needs to match up with what you do. And we see a lot of that, don't we? I mean, heck, we both. I mean, I've struggled with it at times. Like, hey, I want to be here, but I'm here. I got to walk the walk, right? I gotta do the thing. And sometimes it's not always sexy. It's not pretty. It's not always, Instagram worthy. But we're just kind of doing the thing, right? We have to add on that. I mean, we have like core values for companies, right? Integrity,
Right.
family, discipline, growth. Boom, 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 boom. Where have values come into play in your business and life, Steve?
Well, look, I think they're in everything we do. We can ignore them, which I think is what a lot of people do, but they
Yeah,
still have them. They're just not the ones they want. And I
yeah.
I would I would say, your values, and at least in my opinion, it's what do people say about you when you're not in the room? Like,
Mm,
you know what I mean? I think
yeah,
that's something that, like Rachel said, right?
yeah.
Honesty and kindness. I we had a guy. I don't know if you remember Howard Lim. He came out and he's a very high level marketing guy, and he spoke at one of my events, and he was one of my coaches.
Hmm.
And one of the things that he said when he asked the team, and I wasn't in the room, and he said, "How would you describe Steve?" And they said, you guys all get together, and they said consistency, integrity, and honesty, and
I
that was
take
that
those.
that was the
Yeah,
sum. I would say
yeah.
that's kind of your values. I would kind of say that, like, what would they say about Bob when Bob's not in the room?
Right,
'Cause that's what
right.
you stand for.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Whether it's like growth, excellence, faith, spirituality, health, courage, kindness, whatever they are, right? Whatever they are,
Yeah.
and so guys, take some time and just remind yourself of kind of what you're up to, where you're headed. What flashback to January 1st, and what was I kind of trying to accomplish this year, and have my habits and disciplines aligned with it, right? Um,
And
we've
Bob, maybe not even the year, maybe go back to when you started your business.
yeah,
And and
sure,
and are you aligned with that from what you were on day one? A lot of
right,
people are not.
right, yeah, no, 100%. And sometimes it's like I'm pretty like trusting, and if somebody tells me one thing, I kind of take them at their word, right? But as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, maybe we'll pay attention to. I heard what just came out of their mouth, but let's pay attention to what they do, and make our our decision or judgment from there, right? Um, it's people can say whatever they want, they can put whatever you want on a t-shirt, but if you don't walk the walk, it's kind of empty, right?
Yeah, and I think that, especially with social media, I don't know what you think, but it's like sometimes you're in a glass fishbowl and everyone's watching you.
Yeah.
But the thing you don't realize is you're in your own fishbowl and people are watching you.
Mm, yeah.
So you think you're just
Right.
watching someone else's life go by. I would say it goes both ways. Like, that glass is transparent on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I mean, wouldn't it be something if we all just worried about, how we can individually just get better, you know?
You mean
I
kind
mean,
of like before social media existed?
yeah, man. Right. It's funny. I've had conversations lately, and I don't know if it's Wendy or somebody else. I'm like, that person doesn't deserve a window into your life, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to defriend somebody. It's not. You're just choosing not to be connected on social media. That's all. I saw you at the mall. Hey, how you doing? But you don't get a window into my life, mostly because of your behavior in this space, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Comments. So
It
you're
doesn't.
not
It's not.
supporting me.
I think it comes down to congruency and alignment, and I think that everybody goes through evolutions, and I think everybody goes through different cycles in their lives, right? Like probably the people that you probably hung out with um, when you were, in your 20s, maybe you don't see all of them. Maybe there's always a couple core ones.
Right.
Um, I met some of them at your wedding.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that we go through evolutions. And the one thing, me and my business partner, when we had our last company, I used to always tell him, I'd say, man, because he used to think everybody wanted to be that company person for life. That's kind of what he wanted,
Hmm.
as Pete. And so he wanted everybody to want to stay at our company forever. He's like, oh man, this guy's going to be here forever. I'm like,
Right.
dude, the guy's 22 years old, man. He's not staying here
It's
as
not
a
his
as a
last stop.
field technician for us. Like,
Yeah.
and then when they would leave, he would get upset. And I was like, look, man, the people that you start with, the people that we started this company with,
I'm not gonna finish.
they will not be the people that we end with. And the same goes, my point is the same goes for your friends. The
Yeah.
friends that you start your journey off with are not the people, because sadly, not everybody has your same values, right? We talked about values. Not
Mm.
everybody has your values. And more importantly, not everybody actually wants to see you succeed in life.
Mm.
I mean, that's sad,
Yeah.
but that's reality. And there are people that your values don't align because maybe you evolve forward, maybe they stay the same, maybe they go backwards, maybe they just evolve in a different direction with their values.
Yeah. And they may be completely okay with that, which is something that I'm like, why doesn't he want more? Why aren't they growing? Why aren't they doing that? And Wendy gives me the old Mel Robbins thing. Let them. You take that. Let them. they need. They need to understand. Oh shit! But she's right. Right. So, I mean, how does that really affect me? Right. Just do your thing. My
Well, look, let me
classic.
ask you
Mind
this.
your own business.
Do you think, and there's nothing wrong with them, do you think ditch diggers of the world have values?
Yeah.
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 I think they do. I think they just have different values. The
Yeah.
challenge is we think we want to take every ditch digger and
Right.
turn them in to the CEO flying in the jet.
Right.
Maybe they're just happy digging ditches.
Yeah.
And I've
100%.
I've learned that not everybody wants what I want, and it's almost
Or is
it's
willing to do what
selfish.
you did to get there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a fucking given, man.
Yeah.
People say they want it. They say it with their actions, not their words. But
Right.
it's not my job to take everybody to the promised land.
Yeah.
Like what you and I do, coaching people. We don't.
Right.
It's not our job to go to everyone and say, "Hey, man, can I help you? Can I help you, man? You just, you got to eat better. You got." That's not my job. If somebody asks
Right.
for help, then
Yep.
I can see we help.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Dave Brackett just said, and that's okay. It is okay. You do you, boo, right? It's fine. It's all good. To those of you that want to level up, want to get better, want to broaden your horizons, business and personal, there just happens to be an event coming up next week. This week, actually, it's Sunday. This week,
Dude,
how did this get here, man?
it all started one humid morning in Houston.
Bob was walking through the airport.
Bob is walking through the airport and he says, "I know how to fuck up Steve's life."
Hey,
No,
you didn't
honestly,
have to say yes.
good point. I tell you what, man, it is for anyone who's done something like this. It's a very interesting. I've never done a conference before or anything like this,
It is.
and I've done events. I've been to thousands of events speaking. Never been the one putting it on. And I'm sure Wendy probably went through this. Is what I think of, like when she did the wedding, right?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how I
yeah.
think of.
Yeah,
And it's, man, I'll tell you what. When they say it takes a village,
it does.
it really does. I mean,
Yeah.
just I was talking to Chris last night, and Chris Ty, and he's like, "Hey man, can we have a pre meeting on Wednesday with the MC?" And so there's so many
Yeah.
things going on, and we got to get more alcohol. And I mean, you're just like,
How about
geez, man,
Chris
there's a
though? How about Chris? I
yeah.
mean, dude has been he's been something else behind the scenes, just taking care of stuff, knocking stuff down, making it happen, you know. Bubba says on the back patio, what would it look like in October if we turned the room at the venue? Oh, maybe for the oh yeah, that's what I said I said that to Bubba on the back patio. Hey, picture this. What would it look like if we just turned this thing this way?
And we bring in cameramen, and we have drones, and we have musicians, and we have casino night,
Yeah.
and just wait, I'm not
Hey.
done.
Oh shoot. Yeah. You know, it's the first one, right? So we're about to learn a lot. And we'll have a shakedown afterwards, you know, recap. What do you want to call it? The equivalent of a job costing meeting, so to speak, but for the
Mhm.
event and what went well, what didn't, you know, go well, what would we improve, what do we get for feedback? And that's how you get better, right? We're not gonna have it all figured out, right? So
Yeah, and then what? After that, we're rolling into Bubba's event, right, in
yeah, going
November.
over to
Bubba's got a big event that we're all going to be at, so
shooting over to the
it just
Memphis
keeps
area.
rolling.
Yeah, this will be fun. We've got and you know Tim Catroni is going to join us for that one.
Yeah, that'll be
Uh,
cool.
Jacob Salem, Bubba was responsible for me meeting him last year, and from you, I don't know if you've met Jacob yet or not, but
I have
he's a
not.
he's a great dude. So we were joking around. I said, Bubba, you went out and got some good speakers this year, not just me and Steve. So yeah, Steve gonna learn to stop drinking those lady eatings. Oh, come on, Bubba.
Lesson learned, Bubba. Lesson learned, my friend.
Yeah, don't be around Bubba doing shady stuff when he's got his
I didn't
cell
want to tell
phone
you
out.
guys about my airline ticket flight revenue that I've had to shell out for everyone, all the team flying in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. Yep. Well, it's a good thing we're all high level top performers, right?
That's right. You know what? It's all worth it because
It'll be fun.
it is going to be a great event. Everyone is getting together. For those of you that have never met Daniela in person, her and Brenda are going to be there. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man, it's kind of like a homecoming. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's to me that's worth it, right?
yeah,
For those of you that don't know, when you put on an event, you don't make money
yeah,
at conferences. It's to me, it's I would say, and I think Bubba has done a great job in the pond community, is it's building the community,
mm,
because I think community is what is missing right now. And I think that is the biggest mistake and most poorly done in the coaching industry, is building the right community.
yeah,
And I've seen
absolutely.
it over and over again. I've seen it in multiple industries where they get fractured. I've
Mm,
seen it in this industry that there's really no community. There's nowhere that people can go to mix with other entrepreneurs. I'm talking people that just want to have a better life.
yeah,
There isn't one
no,
until now. Now there is. And that's what I think people are going to get.
yeah, absolutely. Yep. Rachel says, 1,000% people are craving community. They do. People, they want to have a tribe, right? They want to have a tribe. They want to be part of something, and I guess that's just innate, right?
Yeah, I think we're
Want
pack mentality people.
yeah, we like to hang out, like to see our people. It's funny, like, would you back up a little bit? You talked about Brenda and Daniela. It is going to be good because I've met Daniela in person, but not Brenda, I don't think. And so just getting together with people, right? The times, and we work virtually, you and I, we still
Yeah.
see each other. But like I said to Wendy, I got off the phone with you yesterday. I said, those are the times I feel the most connected with Steve and what's going on, and that we're going down the path together. And it's good to do that because we are virtual. We're not like bumping elbows at the water bubbler, in the office or whatever. So you have to make that extra effort to stay connected and create that community, right?
I think that, listen, we are humans, right? We're not commodities. That's why we can't just live on the internet in our silos. And I think there's a lot to be said about shaking someone's hand, right? Looking them in the eye, being next to them, talking to them, having
Yeah.
basic conversations. Those are in-depth conversations that you can't have virtually. You can't have that two-dimensional, which is one of the reasons I do the ground school, right? 4 times a year that everyone, just coaching clients, but they come out
Right.
and we do these things as part of the coaching program, because I just think it's so important. And everyone who's been to these ground schools, they know that's kind of where that's where we squeeze the most juice, I guess you could say, from that orange, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's
Connection.
why I think, listen, they make virtual events. We could have just ran this as a virtual event, but I'm like, they asked me that, and they're like, man, it can be much cheaper. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm like, I don't want to fucking sit in my room talking to people. I
Somebody's
want to
got
have
the Zoom
communication.
camera off and they're multitasking and not dialed in. We don't want that.
Yeah. And the thing is there's just I think that, like Bubba said, give them a hug. It's
Yeah.
good to break
Yeah.
bread with people. It's just there's so much value in that. And
Mhm.
I think we've become immune to, or maybe it's disconnected with that value.
Yeah, and this is also true. Like, you go to events and, hey, that speaker was great. I took some notes. I get something out of that. But man, that conversation I had out in the hallway with so and so really landed well. Or, hey, man, this guy, does what I do, and shit, he's halfway across the country, gave me his number, you know, and said give him a call when when I'm struggling with some of the same stuff. So,
I mean, look,
it,
think of how many people we met at a conference. I
yeah,
met Bubba. We
yeah,
all met
exactly,
at a
yeah.
conference. I mean, so had we just done it online, you'd have been like, oh man, that guy was, inspirational, blah, blah.
Yeah, 100%.
Later.
Yeah, and I would say, guys, too, if you are coming or if you go to one in the future, what did you just say? Squeeze the juice out of the orange. Get as much out of the experience as you can. Don't be a wallflower. I've talked with people who've gone
Yeah.
to conferences one year. And he didn't say anything. He didn't meet anybody. And then, in fact, I think I did that in 2020. I mean, I met people, but the end of the conference, the day, I kind of just went up to my room, my hotel room, and hung out until the next day. And I didn't realize everybody else was getting together and going to dinner and hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are these guys all hung over tomorrow this next day? Oh, did I miss a? No, they went out and hung out and had fun. You don't have to go doing that crazy stuff, but they built relationships, that have lasted years and years and years. Bubba will tell you, it's where you create a lot of those connections. So,
Very much
um,
so.
yeah, I mean, it's all over but the crying now, baby. If we don't have it, we don't need it. The event is happening, starting Wednesday night.
Everyone's
You know,
flying. What's today? Sunday? Today's Sunday, right?
today's
Yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
And yeah, everyone's coming in. People are coming in tomorrow. Monday, as far as team goes, setting up
Mm,
meetings, objectives. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's starting, man.
it's game time. It's game week, right? So to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hopeful that afterward we'll be able to sit down and go. It's like when I come across the finish line at one of these things, I'm like, I'm never doing that again, ever. Don't. And then a week later, I'm like, oh, I see there's a race over there. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll just we'll sign up, see how it goes. But somebody asked me yesterday, are you going to have tickets for sale for next year's event? And I went, well, next year's event, we really we haven't given that too much thought. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Another, hold my
wait a
beer.
minute.
Watch this.
Yeah, ask me that on Saturday, dude.
Hold my beer. Let me show you
Right?
something.
Watch this. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to go great, and I think for the people that have thrown their hat in the ring, so to speak, and bet on themselves, spend a few bucks to get there, step away from their business for a few days. I'm hopeful the impact is endless, right? That it just continues to pay dividends for them, either by way of people they meet, content and education that they get, or just a change in perspective or identity, right? Walk in one
Dude,
person, walk out another.
there is so much, and again, I know, and I'm not saying this. The people that are coming, they're coming. The ones that are not, you know, they'll probably be the someday people someday, and we all know
Oh
someday
yeah,
just adds more days to never,
right.
which is fine. I don't care. But my point is for the ones that come, and listen, we know a lot of the ones that are coming and the ones that lean in. The one thing I guarantee is they will walk out Friday night or Saturday at their VIP elites. They will walk out as changed people. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, the mixture of people in this room. Jason Cisneros, as an example, this guy calls me. He's like, dude, I'm so pumped. This and that. He's like, I'm doing some TV shows in Dallas, and then I'm going to come down and hang. I'm like, TV shows? He's like, yeah. And then we started having a deeper conversation of what he does in his background. And, he shows people how to exit their businesses. That's what he does. And he makes, he does very, very well doing this. And the knowledge of just talking to these people.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, everybody is there's going to be a notebook plethora of information at this event.
Applauds everywhere.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Lee Labrada called me. He's like, hey, man, I can't wait. This is what I'm going to talk about. I mean, he's just like, everybody's like, it's like before the jump, right? Everyone's ready before the jump kind of right now.
Yeah. No, I'm fired up about it. We're looking forward to coming out and just immersing ourselves in what's going on in the week and being around everybody. And I think it's going to be a big thing. I think this is we haven't really talked about this, but I think it's going to be a big week for us, for the Rosenberg group.
Yeah.
To kind of come together and gel. And, over the course of the past, several months, a lot's gone on. I've joined the team. We brought Bubba and Richard on as coaches. We've expanded our reach and footprint and, just gone ham on marketing. Done a lot of things, having an event, question our sanity, but it's been a lot this year. Like if the year ended right now, you would probably go, well, shit, we got a lot done. And we're just coming into Q4.
Well, and then, we're launching a new program, right? Which we're going to announce at the event, which you and I have been feverishly, working on. That's not, it's going to launch in a bit, but it's a heavy lift, man. It's an 800-pound gorilla that people don't even realize. We'll talk about that after the event. But yeah, I mean, you think of all the things. I mean, we're talking, we're doing an alignment with Pete on virtual assistants with Daniela. I mean, there's so many things that are moving right now that are going to kind of come together. And, everyone's like, hey, let's just, there's been a lot of meetings, a lot of conversations, which some I haven't even mentioned, some I know, but there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff about to start happening that are going to give people the tools that they need. The problem is, and this is just my opinion, you even if I gave you the nicest car, if you don't know how to drive it, it doesn't matter. I could give you a year's free CRM with all the funnels and all the drip campaigns. But if you don't even know how to spell CRM, does it matter?
Right.
Probably
What's
not.
a CRM?
What's a CRM? Yeah.
What's a KPI?
Put my coffee on it. I think it's what covers my desks when I put my coffee in the morning. And so, we're going to give people, the people that are there, and listen, I know everyone's going to say, is it recording? The answer is going to be no. But people are going to get a lot of tools. Like we're actually giving people some tools that they will need, and listen, you mentioned the new year, right? I use this as an example. If you're surfing, do you start paddling when the wave is on you? Or do you start paddling when you see that wave way back there so you can get your speed and momentum going?
Yeah.
You got to start paddling. Well, we are basically 90 days away from 2026. If you are not fucking paddling right now, you are going to miss that wave and you're going to go, fuck, you got to wait for another set. You got to wait for another year to come because you'll miss the wave. Paddling once 2026 is upon you, dude, you've missed it. And it's another year of almost.
Yeah.
And that's your choice. That's fine. Listen, there are many people that will take your business gladly, take your clients, take your revenue, take your company. There's a lot of people that are willing to do it if you're not, based on your values, going back to what you said.
Yeah. I mean, guys, it's September, and this past week, Wendy and I were taking the paper towel to the dry erase I took Jesse, is it Eitzler? His big ass
Jesse
calendar.
Itzler, yeah.
I took his calendar and I had one custom made that's twice that
Yeah,
size.
I saw that. It's cool.
And so we're wiping the stuff feverishly off there. We're into January, February. Like that's where we're thinking right now. Like I'm already there. So like these next few months are laid out with regard to travel, what's going on. We'll execute, of course. But now we're moving things around. I know what January looks like. I know what February looks like. I know what we're doing. So yeah, we're paddling over here. And I'll be honest, that's not something that that I've done a lot of over the past several years. So that's new for me. So, so guys, we're always working on ourselves too. Steve's got a coach, we both have coach after coach after coach. And, I mean, I still work with Chris Dwyer, my mindset guy, just because every time I get off before the call, I'm like, maybe I ought to, not do this anymore. And then after the call, I'm like, I'm still doing that. I got
look,
high value out of that,
smart people, when they make a mistake, they learn from it and they move on. Geniuses, they learn the mistakes of others so they never have to make it.
Yeah.
So what you're doing as we talked about this, when you're getting coaching, when you're going to these conferences and you're learning from these people, you're being a genius because you are doing and learning the mistakes that they've made so you don't have to make them, hopefully, right? I mean, that's kind of what we're doing. We're buying time. We're buying people's failures and we're buying their mistakes with coaching, with this event. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, you've heard me say this a lot. You're going to pay the bill either way. You're either going to pay in time or you're going to pay it through investing in yourself. But the bill will be paid.
It reminds me, I think it's a Tim Grover coach. If you don't like the price of the cost of success, where do you get the bill for failure?
Yeah. It's nothing. It's full of nothing but regret, and you have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, guys, it takes work. It takes work, man. Like I said, it's not always sexy. It's not always real worthy, for the gram or all that stuff. But get out there and do the thing. It's not too late. If you want to come to the event, we would love to have you. And as I've always said, and Bubba says too, like if you have a financial constraint and we can make this happen for you some way, hit me with a DM, hit Bubba up, so and we're gonna figure out a way to get you there. So
I've seen people coming in. I don't know if that's Bubba working as you guys working your magic, and I don't know where they're coming from or what, but I keep seeing tickets dropping in. So true to form, people are procrastinators.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
And they last minute they've moved things around and whatever. Hey, I'm glad to have it, man. I'm glad they made a decision. Yeah, it's all about decisions.
I'm just looking at the list right now, a bunch in the last few days, which is cool,
Yeah.
Butts in seats. And that's what we're looking for. And you don't know going into this how you're going to impact somebody. We're just doing the thing, and guys, we'll build on it and go from there. And it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Make sure hopefully the weather is good and you get back here because we kind of need you for this thing. So don't be late. You're rolling in here on two wheels, so to speak, Monday afternoon. We got shit to do. So make sure you get through the weather or around it or over it or under it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Guys, if you didn't see if you're on the Sales Accelerator Facebook page, check out the video Steve posted this morning of the sunrise on his flight into London today. It's pretty cool. Something very few of us get to do and see from that angle. So Bubba says he got 2 new ones this week. So anyway, well, look, brother, I think you're probably headed to the gym. If I know you, the only thing you've got left to do is cut the sleeves off that T-shirt. And
they don't let us have scissors in London. Very, very strict. Actually, I have a 2-hour coaching call with Eli Wild right now, so I've got to do that.
Good.
Then I go to the gym. Then I go have some Irish whiskey and some fish and chips.
Yeah, everything in moderation, right? Even moderation. So
that's what you got to
do. Yeah. Good deal. Well, I appreciate you guys. Take a check in on your values today and see what you can hit this week. Integrity, family, discipline, growth, excellence, faith, spirituality, whatever they are, service, health, courage, kindness. Like Wendy says, is it kind? Is it, what is it? Kind? Is it necessary? Is it useful, something like that. Otherwise, shut your bye hole. All right, guys, have a great time today, Sunday. We're headed for a 4-miler and get that done, and then it's Mach 5 practice time for the rest of the day over here. So hope you're doing good stuff, Steve. Tell Eli I'm looking forward to meeting him, and I'll see you in Houston here, I guess, later tomorrow.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later.
Take
See
care.
you guys.
See you guys. See you tomorrow at 8. Actually, it might be a little bit early tomorrow because I got the flight. So I'll try to post that later. But guys, have a great time. Thank you guys that were here in the chat, keeping things going, stirring the pot, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.